We are now joined by our race-winning driver, Kyle Busch, winner of the Pocono Mountains 150. This is Toyota's first victory in a truck at Pocono Raceway. This is also Kyle's first victory of 2015 in his season debut in the truck. Kyle has now won at least one race in all three of NASCAR's National Series for the 10th season in his career. Kyle, it was your first time back in a truck. Talk about getting back to victory lane and managing the restarts there at the end.
Yeah, it was really fun. You know, I had a great Dollar General Tundra today. It was really awesome. All these guys, Jerry Baxter and everyone at Kyle Busch Motorsports, they do a really good job of producing some really good stuff. So, you know, it was just wanted to get back out there and get my feet wet and just kind of see exactly where we were at. And, you know, I had fun today. So, of course, I guess you always do when you run up front and you win. But, you know, Pocono's kind of been, you know, one of those places that hasn't been all so great for us in the past. But today it was a lot different than that. So, you know, I enjoyed it. I like, obviously, going to victory lane. But, you know, it was certainly really cool to you know, win a trophy like that. But, you know, hopefully tomorrow we can win the bigger one.
We're also joined by our race-winning crew chief, Jerry Baxter. Jerry, tell us about those final green, white, checkered restarts and maybe a little bit about the fuel strategy there at the end.
Well, I was a nervous wreck, as you know, but good thing we had the Tundra today because Kyle was saving a lot of fuel. Didn't think they'd ever in, but coming to that last one, they threw the white flag out and then pulled it right back in just before we got there. I was stressed out after that for sure.
All right, we'll go ahead and open it up to questions, and we'll start back in the middle.
Joseph Walken, frontchurch.com. This is your first win back and your first race as well. How important was it for you to get to victory lane today, see what it's like in the trucks this year, the new body style and everything?
You know, it wasn't all that important, but, you know, to me, of course, anytime I get in a vehicle, I want to go to victory lane. So, you know, just getting back into the trucks this year, I knew I was going to race a few of them. My first one was supposed to be Charlotte, but I just it wasn't going to be a smart move to make that one just after my return to the Cup car. So I had to put Jerry on the back burner for a little longer until we got here to Pocono. So, you know, it's been fun, though, to be on the sidelines to watch our team really excel. You know, we've had some really fast trucks this year. We've just had a lot of bad luck. Eric Jones, again, today had some bad luck, you know, but it was good to see, you know, Christopher Bell win a race. Jones has won a race. You know, so all three teams have been in victory lane this year, but we'd certainly like to make it more of a weekly occurrence.
All right, we'll go up here to Reed.
Reed Spencer with NASCAR Wire Service. Jerry, you were pretty nervous there at the end, I think, and I calculated even with the caution laps, you got about 37 laps out of the last tank of fuel. How close were you?
Well, they'll tell me when I get back over there right now after the tech situation, but we went a lap farther than I thought we were going to go, so we must have done a great job saving the gas.
All right, we'll go over to the left.
Kate Moss, CLNS Radio over here. Kyle, after your comeback from your injuries at Daytona, which people thought would keep you out so much longer than it did, people have conspiracy theories because you're winning a lot. So what do you say to those critics that say it is rigged, it is fixed, Kyle's just doing this because they want him to? Which I don't believe, but I'm just...
If NASCAR wanted anybody to win, then why wouldn't Dale Jr. win every week? You know, so that would be the smart play. That would put a heck of a lot more butts in the stands than me, you know. But I don't know what to say besides I just continue to try to do my job, and I've got good people that I surround myself with, and good people at KBM, good people at Joe Gibbs Racing, and just things are going right now. You know, it's I don't know what exactly it is. I think we certainly have a really good shot for again tomorrow. With our M&M's Crispy Toyota and being able to have a good race there. It's 400 long miles, but, you know, if we can do everything right like we have in these last few weeks and put ourselves in a right position, you know, we might be able to go to victory lane tomorrow, too.
Kyle, what did you think when you got out of the truck? You did your bow when people were cheering you on. I didn't hear any boos whatsoever.
I appreciate that. It's, you know, it's fun to change the mindset a little bit of some people. You know, obviously I've had some detractors over the years, but, you know, it seems that, you know, although we're winning and maybe winning a lot, you know, there are fans that after the races, you know, they'll cheer and they'll hoot and holler. So it's fun to see. You know, certainly I can only do the best that I can possibly do. You know, I'm sure I've made a lot of people mad in the garage area and here today, fans, just by not being able to stop for them and give them autographs, because I've been back and forth between the garage areas and trying to get to driver intros. And, I even had to blow off a media interview earlier today in order to make it to the drivers meeting, because we had that happen to us at Charlotte. We learned from our mistakes, so we're not doing those anymore. And, so it's challenging sometimes to try to, balance that act every week, but some of us are really, really good at it, and others aren't so good at it.
All right, we'll go here in the middle.
Zach Sturdiola with the Pocono Record. Two questions for you. The first one has to be, you had so many late restarts there, and knowing the kind of talent that was behind you there, you had Harvick, you had Dylan. For most of those restarts, you had your own teammate there, Eric Jones. Take me through trying to manage those and trying to get that good jump on the outside.
Yeah, I chose the outside just because it seemed like these trucks, they get really loose when you're on the inside of somebody else. So I never wanted to have that opportunity of somebody getting a better start than I did and being off into turn one and having them on my right side door, So I just kept choosing the outside no matter who was there to get the push. And really nobody pushed a whole lot on those restarts. It seemed like we kind of would accelerate and there would be a gap that developed real quick. But as we got down closer into turn one, the gap would kind of close up. I know Jones had to throw a block a couple times. I'm not sure it really worked, but he I guess got crossed up on one of those restarts and got spun out off turn two, which was really unfortunate for the 4 truck, for them racing for points. The 88 had a bad day today, so that helped things on that regard. But there at the end, again, the last restart, I just tried to get a good one, tried to accelerate cleanly without spinning my tires, and I knew Harvick was behind me, so he would be really good too. But again, he really never even got to my back bumper to push me at all. But that inside lane, it seems to disintegrate as you get down closer to turn one, because people want to try to dive bomb each other and make moves to make passes. And the outside lane tends to always keep the momentum rolling a little better.
And the second question, you swept last week at Indy and have a chance to sweep Pocono now. The success you're having is just unreal. What's this stretch been like for you? Obviously, you couldn't have expected to come back and run the way you're running now.
Yeah, no, it's been unreal. Those are the words to put on it. It's unbelievable, remarkable, unreal. Anything in the thesaurus that works on that regard. It's fun. I tell you, just you just try to enjoy it as much as you can, and enjoy working with my guys here, Jerry Baxter and them, and of course Adam Stevens on the Cup side and Chris Gale on the Xfinity side. So, you enjoy it and try to just celebrate as a team and enjoy it as a team, not just me as an individual or anything like that. Certainly the accolades may be in my name later on down the year for years to come, but it takes a lot of good people around you. So just try to continue that. Just kind of try to have some more fun and keep it rolling tomorrow. I certainly gave it my best shot to screw up tomorrow, but my guys, they prevailed there in final practice and got my car back out on the track, and it was fast when we did, so that was good.
All right, we'll go again to the middle.
Kyle Tetschmidt, Ariado. Over the closing laps there, we're back to the fuel mileage issue. One caution after another. What were you thinking inside the truck at that point?
Just to save as much fuel as I possibly could. When we had our pit stop there early in the race and we came out, we had a little bit of a gap, so I was able to kind of save under green flag conditions. But as the race kind of progressed and kept going a little farther there, I made sure under yellows to just save as much as I could and just keep shutting it off. And that's the best opportunity you have. These things are gas guzzlers. They only get 5 miles at a gallon if you're lucky. So you just had to just shut it off as much as you can just to not have the engine running. And it may sound crazy, but I think we're going 70 miles an hour. I was drafting off the pace truck too as much as I could. So that may have saved a little bit. I'm not sure it was even a tenth, but I did it.
All right, we'll finish up front with Lee.
Lee Spencer, motorsport.com. When you listen on Eric Jones on his radio, and we know what a remarkable talent he is, he sounds a lot like 19-year-old Kyle Busch. Is there anything that 30-year-old Kyle Busch might tell 19, 20-year-old Eric Jones now that would save him a lot of, I won't say heartbreak, but, just help him expedite the maturation level quicker?
Yeah, certainly. It's it's a matter of listening. And when I was 19, I wasn't listening to anybody. You know, I was smarter than everyone. So, you know, Jones and I, we've had those talks, and we've had a few others as well. And he's obviously really good, and I think he's with the right team. You know, being with Joe Gibbs, I think Joe's a huge asset for me coming up through the years, the last 9, I think it is. And, you know, of course, also for Jones, you know, he can lean on me all he wants, and he does quite a bit. You know, we talk a lot. We've gone to lunch, and, you know, we've certainly discussed different things, whether it's racing or family or just people around him, and just kind of what advice people are giving him. You know, I've been there and have tried to help him. People might think that that's crazy because I'm not maybe one of the best at being able to do that, which I don't think anybody's the best. I think everybody has their own approach. But, you know, certainly I can't imagine. He wants to win, and that's where it all stems from. It's just competition. It's just the drive. You know, he wanted to win today. He wanted to beat the boss, and he had the opportunity to do so. I don't know that I could have passed him if he was leading, you know, but it just didn't quite work out for him today, and that's tough. And, man, I've been there. I've hated it because you're still trying to make it in this game, and to make it in this game, the best way to do that is to win races and show people that you're the best, and to not settle for second. So hopefully, you know, his top 10 will still continue to help him out through the rest of the year. I'm sure he'll still get some wins, and you know, we can see him as a champion at the end of the year.
All right, thanks for joining us, and congratulations
Cool.
on the win.
Thank you, guys. Hopefully it's here tomorrow.